Oh, and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 83, I think. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside my Spanish meatball, Joseph.
Also known as the People's Champ. I'm doing
That's-
pretty good today.
We're not letting that stick. So for everyone who didn't watch our live E3 coverage, Joe has decided to call himself the People's Champ. I then put it in chat, is Joseph your People's Champion? Everybody said no.
Unanimous yes, which I thought was crazy.
It was a unanimous no. So, yeah.
It's an honor.
Joe, we got a big episode ahead of us.
Yeah.
Because it's a weird one. This is my thought process, yeah? So we're going to summarize E3 in our own way.
All right.
And then we're going to put our post-show at the end of this episode as well as. So you're going to get our summary. So you're going to hear us talking about certain things that we loved, hated, etc., about the Xbox press conference, number one. And then at the end of the show, we're going to go through the news, and you're probably going to get a lot of duplicate stuff, honestly. On the post-show, the good thing about the post-show is we went through every single thing that happened on the E3 press conference. So I felt like, do I put that up for a video just for YouTube? Do I give it to you guys as an MP3? I've decided it's going to go up as a YouTube and MP3 on the end of this episode. So you've got like a 2.5 hour. I think it's an hour and 15 minutes to summarize the whole post-show. So you've got that on top of this. So click off then when you don't want to listen to that and whatever. But this episode of My Xbox and Me is brought to you by, and it's not brought to you by what you think it is. It's brought to you by Mike Lynch and the movie, The Glorious. Sorry, I get this wrong every time. The Glorious Movie Cast.
Glorious.
Yeah. Joe.
Yes.
What's been in your box? What have you been playing this week? I know it's been a hard one because it's E3 week, but what have you been playing?
Okay, absolutely nothing.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much the summary, honestly, of that's where I'm at as well. I played a little bit of Rainbow Six Siege. I'm getting back into that. I've been playing some PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, which I'm allowed to talk about now on this show because it's coming to Xbox, which is lovely. And I played... Let's have a look over here. No, that's it. That's all I played, honestly.
Lucky you.
Such a... Yeah, good point. But I stream. That's the difference. I've been streaming. So it's been a busy week, Joe. Busy week.
It's one of those weeks where... I don't know about you, man, but it's semi-rewarding because you're doing what you love to do, and you're creating content, and you're in the week of games, right? But then views-wise, it's not the best because everybody's doing it. So
it's this weird one. For me, yeah, it was the fact of, so we did the pre-show, the post-show, the live reaction stream for every single conference apart from Nintendo and PC Gamer. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Which was like, that was super amazing. Twitch numbers were consistently good. Yeah. But what you got to remember is My Xbox and Me and the My Xbox and Me community is a different beast. And they listen, so I know that I'm guaranteed a certain amount of listens every single week without fail on Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud. Anyway, do you know what I'm saying?
So, I think that's because we have the best community.
Well, the community is amazing when they talk. When they decide they want to talk to us, it's amazing. Otherwise, they like to hide. It's like, I can see you're listening. Just let me know you're there. Which is amazing, but it was honestly, it's been a crazy week. You did your videos that have gone up, which I've watched, that are looking very good, if I say so myself. What's E3 been like for you, Joe? Has it been what you expected?
No, it hasn't been what I expected. In the bad way.
Yeah, me too.
For the most part, nobody's been able to hit that note. And every time I'm like, okay, this company's going to do it. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, we are going to dive in deep with the Xbox, obviously. But just overall for me this year, E3 has been a bit lackluster. I think I built it up because I was so excited this year. I don't know why. I don't usually get this excited. I'm excited, but this year I was super excited. I really felt like everyone was going to come out swinging. And the only company that come out swinging was Ubisoft with some great stuff, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to say.
It's crazy, like it's Ubisoft, like Ubisoft. Say that in your head, it sounds wrong. It should be like it should be Microsoft or Sony, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they both suffered bad PR in many ways, which we'll get into Microsoft's, but like
Yeah.
Sony is like you would expect them year after year to just hit it out of the park, and like no, not this year. This year was not good for them. So.
Well, we're kind of touching what topic of the show is, which is that E3 summary. So let me just say this. This episode of My Xbox and Me is brought to you by the Glorious Movie Cast. And Mr. Moody would like to say, hello, everyone. If you like movies and are unsure if you should spend your hard-earned money, then come check out my channel, youtube.com/Mr. Movie, for reviews and the Glorious podcast. Alongside the My Xbox and Me podcast, thank you, the Glorious Movie Cast and all other things nerdy, check out YouTube for all other things nerdy. Check out youtube.com/Digital Misfits. Please come and support, it would really mean a lot, and keep supporting My Xbox and Me as well. Thank you for your time. Back to your glorious host. The thing is about Moody, it changes it up every week, yeah? So I have to, now I need to start reading them ahead of time. Usually I just read them and I can get them, boom. This one, I need to start learning. Don't worry, I've got this. Don't you stress. But yeah, if you do want to check out, I don't do movie stuff. Movies is not my thing. I go to Moody for all of my movie stuff. So if you like movies and you're into movies, you should definitely go check him out. Doing some amazing stuff over there. So definitely do. Joe, E3 summary though. Let's get into it. So I wrote down a few things for our E3 summary to touch on, which is number one, the Xbox Scorpio is called the Xbox One X. Scorpio no longer, Xbox One X it is. What do you think of that name? Is that what do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Does it make sense?
I think Kotaku said it best, where it's a bad name because it's going to confuse a lot of casual audiences. So the reason why is, one, Xbox One X and Xbox One S sound similar. That alone is going to confuse you. And as a person who's worked retail, it is so easy for people to get just that word verbiage confused. And people are going to get confused between the Xbox One S and X of which one is the more powerful one, even though one's more expensive.
I think just the price point, which we're going to get to in just a second, should explain that for itself. But I understand what you're saying. I've worked in retail before as well. People, I don't mean to be rude, but casual gamers are not smart. They are quite naive and stupid. So
let me tell you something. One person once bought a Game Boy, or not a Game Boy, sorry, a DS, a 3DS, instead of a PlayStation 3 because she said, and this is what I quote here, "What's the difference?"
Yeah. Yeah,
so it's those people.
Good point. What is the difference? You're right. I like the name. Now it's grown on me over the week. Do you know what I mean? This was on Sunday. We're now recording on Friday. It has grown on me. Xbox One X makes sense. X is all powerful. I like the fact that Xbox One X spells Xbox.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cool as well. So I think someone put the other day that it's come around in a 360, which was like, oh yeah.
That guy deserves a medal of some
which
sort.
was cool and funny. So yeah, I like the name. I do agree with you that it's confusing, but that's not my problem. Next thing is the price. Yes. We were promised true 4K. We've been promised teraflops amongst RAM, amongst gigaflops and hertz and all that jazz. It's a pricey console. And thinking about it now, again, what I might say in the post show, which you're going to listen to, may disagree with who I am now, but what I am now is what I think now, a week after E3. Okay. I like the price. It makes sense. Would I like it to be cheaper? Of course. Who wouldn't?
Would like it to be 50 pounds, as they may say.
Yeah, who wouldn't? But it's $499 US, £450. Again, we get fucked on the conversion, which annoys me, but I expected it. For what's in this box, I don't think it's badly priced, I should say, sorry. If you're a PC gamer or have a PC, that is better than this. You do not need this.
Yeah.
And I now finally understand the market. This is a console for people that don't own a high-end PC.
Yep.
I'm sorry. That's how I see it now. We're putting our games on first-party games on Play Anywhere, so I can get Sea of Thieves. I can play it on my high-end PC. If you want to experience the same thing I'll experience in high-end, you buy an Xbox One X.
Yeah.
I get it.
This is the it's gonna sound weird when I say it. The poor man's high-end console. The people that love console gaming but want to experience what high-end PCs experience.
Yeah.
That's it. And as a person who has bought a high-end PC, and I know this is like I'm totally the minority here. Genuinely spending $1,500 on what ends up being just like extra grass or like extra textures doesn't seem to be worth it to me. So you can make the argument for, hey, $500, you get the the power of a $900 console. Go over here. And so personally, like, I like the price. I think that's the price I predicted. It's like Joseph knew ahead of time. No. But that's the price I predicted. I just don't think, and I think they're suffering the same thing Sony suffered with the PlayStation 4 Pro, of that they both didn't sell me or sell people on why they need to spend $500 on this.
Okay, the point you hit on a point there, which I want to go back to, which is Xbox, Microsoft, however you want to say it, are not forcing third parties to hit 4K on this machine. So the problem that I have, which there's no problem with that, you shouldn't force people to do anything they don't want to do, especially game devs, because they're creative people. And creative people do not like to be put in a box. And I totally understand and agree with that. My problem I do have is, why am I buying this? That's the thing. Again, you said that they didn't convince you. They did come out and say better load times, better textures, 4K native, and I believe everything they're saying. They can't market something that it can't do. But what they didn't do was give me a third-party title. A first-party title that had to be played on that. Crackdown, which we'll get into later in the show. Crackdown is the game coming out the same day as the Xbox One X, and that game doesn't look graphically amazing at all, in any way, shape, or form. There's no two ways about it. I'm sorry. It may have a beautiful destruction in the game and stuff like that. I've not been able to play it myself, so I don't know. But
they have Terry Crews.
We're getting to that, Joe. Don't make spoilers. It just didn't. It didn't do anything for me. For someone who owns a high-end PC. Now, I go back and think to myself, I own an Xbox One original, not even an S. I own the original Xbox One. Would I have done this if I didn't have a high-end PC? I still think no, because you need to get the best out of this machine. And I know they're saying with 1080p TVs, it has that, what's the term they're using? The sampling.
Super sampling.
Super sampling, that's it. Thank you very much. Super sampling, so it will still look better on a 1080p monitor TV. This just still isn't worth it. You need a 4K TV to get the most out of this. And when I say 4K TV, I mean a proper 4K TV, not a kind of 4K TV. And you need 4K, HDR, 10-bit. It probably needs to be 40 to 50 inches for you to get the most out of this box that you're paying. So it's not just a $500 console to me. It's a £1,000 TV as well, which is a bit crazy. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
I would be way more into this if I was getting a 4K TV in the future. But like right now, behind you is a beautiful 50-inch TV I have, which I got awesome on an employee discount rate, which is amazing. And so like I'm just like I like this TV, and I'm the type of person when it comes to like either TVs or like cars, I'm real simple. I'm just like, it runs, right? okay. There's not a dead like maybe there's a dead pixel somewhere. It's not gonna bother me too much. You know? So like unless it's like a big like hole, I don't really care. And so yeah, unless you have a 4K TV, this may or may not be worth it. But I might surprise you with the answer I have if I'm gonna buy it or not.
Hit me.
Like to know. I am so coming out of the conference. I was like, I still might pick it up, probably. I am on right now. If I have the money for it, I will, and if I don't, I don't.
So you're take it or leave it type of guy. If you can afford it and have that cash laying about,
yeah,
which a lot of money, $500.
Now here's an interesting thing I heard through the grapevine. And they told me that I could say it. So right now you can't pre-order it in the United States of America. Okay. Did not get past the wall. So what's happening, or the wall as in the FSA?
Yeah.
If you ask me who they are, I don't know, honestly. I'm guessing they're Federal Service Animals. So
association. You always go with association. Come on.
I'll go with animals. So this bunch of like these zebras and lions didn't let the Xbox One X through yet. It's not like a bad thing. It hasn't gone through the proper channels to be pre-orderable. So when it does, I'll pre-order it just as a keep kicking the foot through the door type of deal.
Fair enough. What else do I have on there? They showed 42 games. 42 games at the Xbox One press conference, which was that made me happy. It did. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say it didn't make me happy. It did make me happy. Mm-hmm. It had 42 games, 22 exclusives. We will get into what that means exclusive-wise very soon later on in the show. But 22 exclusives coming out the gate, 42 games. The best games showed at this press conference, Joe, in my opinion, was Anthem.
Yeah.
If you don't know what Anthem is, it is BioWare's new game. It looked gorgeous. It looked intriguing. And this is coming from someone who didn't play Mass Effect, isn't a BioWare guy, some people lush for BioWare. They absolutely, BioWare, I'm buying it done. Oh my God, can't wait. Me, I'll wait and see. Let me see what the game looks like. The game looks amazing. It looked like a crossover between like Titanfall and Destiny. And when they jumped off that cliff, for those who watched the gameplay, and you need to go watch this gameplay if you haven't seen it. When they jumped off that cliff, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I showed my brother. Like, my brother is not a big gamer. So, first off, I do want to say, but what he is he knows computers. So when they were bragging about the Xbox One X, I go like, I don't know this computer speak. And so I handed it to my brother, and he goes, when he said something about the transistors, he's like, this is the most powerful, and my brother just scoffs. He's like, no, it's not. Like the most powerful chip. He's like, no, it's not. He's like, but he goes like, at the price, it's good. So I'm like, okay, I trust him. But with that said, I showed him this game, and I was just like, watch, just keep your eyes glued. And when he flew in the air and swooped, he's like, when is this coming out? his favorite Marvel hero is Iron Man, and that thing pulled a straight up Iron Man.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And oh my God. That game, it looks great. I just need to see more.
I don't even need to see more. I'm in already. Nope. I already know that I want this. I cannot wait. 4-player co-op, different classes, world to go and explore. Yes, I'm in. What I will say is we've started at the end of the press conference, which is crazy. Which doesn't matter. That was my game of the show. This, from what I can see. What was yours?
I'm gonna have to say either Metro or Assassin's Creed.
Both games looked phenomenal. Let's start with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
So what is your history of Assassin's Creed?
I don't like Assassin's Creed that much.
Me
I think
either.
it's overrated.
Me too.
I played Black Flag. I think that's a great game.
I didn't.
But this game has me super intrigued. I like the stealth. I like the part where you can upgrade yourself and like level up. Like it's kind of taking a lot of RPG elements.
Yeah.
And I like the melee combat. The melee combat to me is reminiscent of I said it in the stream, Dark Souls Light.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about blocking and parrying, and if you get a block or a parry in, you can just then go to town on them. It's all about learning their patterns and their movements. I like that.
For someone who doesn't like, I'm not a big Dark Souls fan. I played Bloodborne, couldn't get into it. Those games I need co-op in those games because I'm not very good at them. So I need someone to be like, come on, we can do this, and drag me along. But I don't like the way they do co-op in those games. I want it to just be seamless, drop in, drop out, and they don't do that in those games, which upsets me. The one thing I will say
that's an aggravating thing about that game.
Yeah, that for me personally. But the one thing I will say about Assassin's Creed is I liked the style of action they're going for. It's not the typical XXXXX. It looks like you're dodging, you're ducking, you're diving, dodge, dive, duck. You'll understand that if you watch the film. Dodgeball. It looked interesting for the first time in a long, long time, honestly. And I like where we're at. We're in Egypt. I like a lot of people didn't like this, but I like the eagle going up in the air. It does need a lot more free range because it does look like literally a reskinned drone from Ghost Recon.
Yeah. A lot of people complained about that. I'm like, what do you want the eagle to do? Like,
it's there to scope out people. Yeah. Like, what else do you want?
What do you want it to do? I don't get, like, some people, I think they ask too much. Like with the Spider-Man thing, everybody was complaining about the QTEs, and I'm like, all right, well, you have a better way of doing this? Oh, no, you don't, because you're not a programmer or not a developer. Okay, well, then you could just shut up.
Just stop complaining. Just enjoy your video game.
Like, this is the spectacle of it. This isn't even a finished product. So, like, to me, Assassin's Creed, I do want to point this out, because one of my buddies, Gareth, he's at E3 right now, and he has a press pass, so he gets to fucking cut in line and be a total jerk to people. He said that he didn't know what game he liked more, Far Cry 5 or Assassin's Creed. This guy is not a big Assassin's fan. And so he's like, coming out of that, I was amazed of how good these games were. So that's what got me actually on the hype train.
Cool. Another game you mentioned was Metro Exodus. Exodus, sorry, my apologies. Exodus, and that game, literally, I didn't know where it was until obviously the logo come up. But that game had me hook, line, and sinker throughout the whole of it. It literally starts as in walking down this dark tunnel. They go to reload the gun. They only has minimal ammo. And from that moment on, I was like, I want this. This reminds me of Resident Evil. It looks survivor horror-ish. It looks scary. It looks interesting. And I was in. From that moment on. I cannot wait for that game. And I haven't played any of the previous Metro games.
Yeah, that got me excited. The only thing, and we had a brief discussion on the after show about this, was that it felt like a movie, not a game. Right? It felt, the pacing was at such where it felt manufactured. It was like, we're making this one thing for this trailer. I don't know if that one scene's gonna actually be in the game type of deal. And so, like the lack of a HUD, right?
Of course.
Yeah. And so, it excited me either way. Like,
in their defense, for the lack of the HUD, you can turn off the HUD.
In the game?
In most games, you can turn off HUD. A lot of games do that, like Ghost Recon. It's a beautiful game. It can look beautiful at certain points. I shouldn't say it's a beautiful game, but it can look beautiful at certain points. And you can turn off the HUD and play with no HUD and all that stuff. So you can do that in a lot of games and make it look that way. It's just the game's kind of unplayable if you play like that. Like, you can't see where you go. Like, you don't know where you're going. That's the only problem with games. Like, for them to get so lifelike and so look graphically amazing, 4K, whatever, it's still going to get brought down by having the little HUD, unless they start doing the HUDs in interesting ways. Which they've already tried the whole smart glass. We'll have it up on your tablet, and then you don't need it on here. It's like people don't want that. They don't want to look at a second screen to get.
They don't want to look down.
No, exactly.
That's what the Wii U tried, and God, that was the worst console ever. Anyway, I'm sorry if I just offended the 5 Wii U users, but
I think you're pretty safe here in my Xbox.
But the one thing I liked was like when you move in that little like rickety old house and you make that noise, and the dog just looks over at you. I'm like, oh shit, pop him in his face.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of what Fallout should look like in present day.
Yes.
That's what Fallout should. I want that game, don't get me wrong. But I want Bethesda to make a game similar to that in the Fallout style.
Yeah.
Next game, I don't want to go through all the games, but these are just ones that interested us as quick as possible. Again, Ubisoft, I will talk about them real quick. Evil Within 2. Everyone knows I'm a survival horror fan. Love Resident Evil 2. I enjoyed the Evil Within well over past launch because I wasn't sold on it. I played it at EGX one year. They threw me a little demo. Didn't understand what it's do. Wasn't up for it. Then played it myself. A fabulous game. If you haven't played Evil Within, please go out, check it out. It's definitely worth your time. I promise you that. I can promise you it's worth your time. But Evil Within 2 was shown at the Bethesda conference coming out this year. Awesome.
Yeah. Also, the Wolfenstein 2.
It looked amazing, but I've not played number 1, which I do have sitting here.
I'm going to see on the Xbox One right now after we finish if there's a sale on it, because I need to finish that game. This one looks nuts. The alternative history, like in the 60s, 70s, with how race relations were and with the Ku Klux Klan, and seeing them like during the day in the middle of the marketplace, like on Main Street, and everybody's kind of cool with it, is bonkers to me. And that's where it actually hooked me first. I was like, so I get to shoot Nazis and like Ku Klux Klan guys, I'm in.
Yeah.
And the one part where you're in that hallway and you're literally turning Nazis into mashed potatoes. Holy crap. I was like, yep, I'm in. I'm in for this. And even I showed it to my brother, he's just like, I'm in. And I know a game is good if I show it to my brother and he's just like, when's this game coming out? I know I have something magical.
Let's go a little bit back to Xbox One for a last couple of games, which is Shadow of War was shown.
Bruce give it up for Bruce, dude.
Bruce looks amazing. So for those who don't know what we're talking about, Bruce, in Shadow of War, you can now recruit your members for your team, your army, by taking over their. I don't know how they explained it because I don't remember right now. But you take over you convert them into your team pretty much. Thank you, Joe. And there's a character called Bruce, which is awesome, and he was amazing. The voice acting was funny. He was funny. He was enjoyable. Yeah, exactly. A lot of fun. Shadow of War looked amazing. I'm in for that as well. And there was one more. There's one more that I've missed.
Oh, can I say it?
Of course.
Age of Empires.
Wrong show. That was PC. That was PC.
But let me tell you something. It's still a Microsoft game.
True.
I want this so that we can maybe one day get an Age of Empires on Xbox. It's also one of it's
coming to Xbox.
Is it going to come to Xbox or just PC?
As far as I'm aware, I thought it's the Xbox and PC. I could be wrong.
We need to support this game because Joseph needs a sequel to this game. Okay. This is my childhood. This is what got me into history and politics. This one thing.
Sorry about that. God damn it, Age of Empire. There was one more. State of Decay 2. Idiot. Okay. State of Decay 2. They've literally gone from State of Decay 1, made it bigger, looks better, should run better. It's 4-player co-op. That is enough for me. Honestly, that is literally it. I'm cool with that. Perfect.
Cool.
Again, there was 42 games shown at this, and we do break every single game down in our post show, which we'll hear after this episode. If you want to hear us go in depth for all that, stay tuned for the show later on. Joe.
Yes.
That was the topic of the show.
Right.
Before we go into news, we have one more ad to read, and this one is from Mike Lynch. And Mike Lynch says, "My name is Mike Lynch. My YouTube channel is Mike Lynch. My Twitch channel is Mike Lynch Streams. So why not head over there, support, follow, and share, and keep the good times rolling."
Possibly.
Back to you, Fixer and Joe. Mike, thank you for your support all this time. For a long, long time, you've been supporting this show, and I appreciate it. So if you don't support Mike by now, what are you doing? Go check out his stuff. Make it happen.
Dreams can come true. Yes.
Dreams can come true. Should we get into the news?
Can you give me a minute?
Yeah, I can. Take all the minutes you need. Take all the minutes.
No, it sounds like a segue joke. Yeah, you're supposed to no, and then yell at me.
I'm done with yelling at people today.
Oh, okay, that's sweet. All right.
Joe, you idiot! Shut up. Let's get on with this show. Xbox boss clarifies what console launch exclusive means. So, for anyone who doesn't know, Xbox showed 42 games. We've said this again and again and again. But some of them had different little flashing images at the start, which was world premiere, Xbox exclusive, console launch exclusive. There was some confusion within the industry, which I think is fair, to be honest with you. Fair for there to be confusion. And so we go into it. Here we go. Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, #in Phil we trust. We do still trust Phil. It said, console launch exclusive means yada yada. Quote, "I don't know honestly anything about when those games are going to launch on other platforms. It's really up to the developer to do the work and make it happen." So what he's saying is, and he goes in depth GameSpot interview, is that it technically means timed exclusive, honestly. So we're getting games like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Skip my mind, honestly.
Like Ashen.
Yep.
What is it? The Night, whatever.
The Last Night.
Yeah. The games like that, those are going to be launching on the Xbox platform first and then other platforms second.
Yeah.
Companies got to stop doing this.
The problem we have is, and I disagree, because the reason they have to say console exclusive is some of these games are already on Steam or PCs. They're out on PC. So they can't say timed exclusive, because it's not a timed exclusive. It's a console. It made sense to me, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, no, I see that.
Honestly, it made sense. It's hard. The marketing's hard to get behind. Obviously, I get why people are like, "What do you mean? Is this an exclusive?" Not people get confused. That should be landed out now. You understand. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is coming to Xbox One first. It will be in the preview program probably a long, long time before it gets to PS4. So probably the same with most of these games. I'm sure that the developers have signed deals for maybe 6 months, a year, 3 months, all different times for how long the game is exclusive to the Xbox platform. And if you're a PlayStation fan and you don't want to buy it on Xbox, you just need to watch out for it and maybe wait. So you could be waiting for up to a year, maybe longer, who knows. But from what Phil's saying is it stands the developer to get it done, and then it can go, but that doesn't make smart business decision in my head. So who knows? Yeah.
To me, I see where you're coming from, and I do slightly agree. I understand what you're spitting at me, but to me, what happens is you just get a lot of questions.
But there's nothing wrong with questions.
Sometimes, like you just get bombarded with, wait, is this really an exclusive? Wait, what does that really mean? And then what happens is once you go, it's not like really an exclusive. It just means, and then people get disappointed. Like some people might get disappointed.
It's a console. It was a console launch exclusive.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like part of me, it just mixes up the messaging where when you're going into E3, you just want one solid message, and when you're getting off track of the main point, which is hey guys, there's a new Xbox. To me, it's just let's get back on there's a new Xbox train.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
I mean, I just think like both sides, for me, both sides need to stop doing this because, I mean, good example, Tomb Raider, right? Didn't work for you the first time. Why the fuck would you do it 20 plus times?
Because it's little, it's smaller
Yeah,
games to
I
say that
guess.
we
Yeah,
have these experiences on Xbox first.
yeah,
And if you want to play these experiences, you need to come and play it on our platform at 4K. A lot of these games are enhanced by the Xbox One X and stuff like that. Also, want to add in here that we will be doing our prediction results next week. It's just been a busy week this week. I think I done all right. I know at least a couple that I got right. So, but yeah, just interesting. Next piece of news is again Phil Spencer talking because Phil's done a lot of talking this week, Joe. Head of Xbox doesn't agree with Sony. Explanation of for reason why no crossplay for Minecraft.
Yeah.
Sony Interactive global sales and marketing head Jim Ryan defended PS4's lack of crossplay support for Minecraft, saying while Sony has no philosophy stance against crossplay at all. In an interview with Giant Bomb, Phil Spencer then went out to say it doesn't seem healthy for anyone. Quote, the fact of the matter, somebody would make... The quote pretty much summarizes as, the fact of the matter that Sony are saying that Microsoft wouldn't keep the player base safe is what Sony hinted at, is rude, is horrible, and there's more to video games than just money and business. That's how the interview comes across. If you haven't watched the Giant Bomb interview, go watch it. Phil Spencer talking for about an hour, maybe half an hour. Great thing to watch. And he defends Xbox in a way that didn't seem very business-like. It was more like, we have done business with Nintendo, who are the most strict when it comes to anything. And they're on board. Now we're playing with... So Minecraft, you can play with PC, you can play with Switch, you can play with Xbox. The only company you cannot play with is PlayStation. The one thing I would like to add here, and I kind of get it, is what's come out lately, is you will need an Xbox account to sign into on the Nintendo Switch to play cross-play with all of these.
Does that mean I have to buy Xbox Live?
I assume not. I think it's just you need the account, I'd assume. So I don't want to... I understand where Phil's coming from. I understand that crossplay Rocket League is not happening on PlayStation and Xbox because of Sony. We understand that. It's ridiculous. But I kind of get where Sony's coming from. Why would they want you to have to... If that was the deal, which is you still need to sign into Microsoft account to get the crossplay or whatever, I understand why Sony wouldn't want that, honestly. Why would you want your competitor as logo to come up saying sign in here, which most of us have got 2 accounts anyway. But do you understand what I mean? I kind of get it, honestly.
I get it to I get it to an extent. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. No, 100%. I get it to a certain degree as well.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, I love this because here's where Phil can be, whether it's genuine or not, and I definitely do believe Phil when he talks. I believe when he's getting into the technical aspects of things, I believe every word that comes out of his mouth because it just comes off so genuine. And maybe he's a sociopath. I don't know. That he's able to fake emotions, but
possibly.
No, I think he's a good kindred soul, and so I love that. Like, if you read that, right? If we read that, it would just be PR speak of, well, you know what? We take care of our audience. You know, I don't know what Sony's talking about, right?
Yeah,
and it paints Sony as kind of a dick.
Yeah,
but when you see that interview, he's passionate. He's like, whoa. Are you telling me I don't keep our people safe? Yeah, fuck you, pal. You know?
He definitely took it personally. It definitely come across like it was taken personally. It definitely come across like... It didn't, again, to me, and I've just said this, but it didn't come across PR. It come across like you're holding the industry back. We don't care if people are playing Minecraft on your platform. We couldn't give a crap. We still make money, but you're holding it back from them playing with other people.
Yeah,
that makes no sense. And it come across. It looked good on Phil and Xbox, and it's really painting Sony in a really bad light at the moment because First, it's the Rocket League. Now it's the biggest game of all time. And Minecraft doesn't matter what you say. And it's funny because Phil said this as well in an interview, which was people were saying that we didn't show any like exclusive and stuff like that. We showed the biggest game of all time on our platform. And I was like, that's a good point. That's a good point. Maybe not everyone wants it and cares for it right now, but it still makes a lot of money.
Yeah, no, it's true. And you know, like it also makes the Minecraft version of PS4 a little less worth it than everything else.
I definitely think it makes it less worth it than the Switch version now.
Oh, yeah.
If I've got a Switch, and I think Switch is probably the best place to own Minecraft right now. You can have it on the go. You can have it on your TV. You can play crossplay with other with Xbox and PC. Switch seems like the place to have Minecraft. Yeah. Just crazy to say that.
Okay, get on track. This is an Xbox podcast.
Good point. Proper BO will be coming for me, I'm sure. Yeah, it's just interesting time we're in. Where so finally, in my opinion, which is a biased one a little bit, but finally people are starting to be like, "Hey, Sony, that's not cool. Hey, Sony, this ain't cool.
It's about fucking
Sony,
time.
It is about fucking time." Next story.
Like they've been
sorry.
doing so many great things and pro-consumer things, and Sony's just been like, whatever, we're just here printing money. And just like, it's about time Microsoft gets a little fucking recognition. It is. Because I think Sony's been getting away with a lot of things.
Next piece of news is one that's going to frustrate Joe really bad.
Yeah.
Xbox One X won't run Destiny 2 at 60 frames per second. Bungie has confirmed. Again, this is another one that paints Sony in a bad light. And again, there was another interview with Phil talking about this, and it says, I haven't got it written down, but it was along the lines of, I don't know if Sony are holding back this version of the game.
Right.
But
they definitely are.
Of course. They've got the third party. They've got the exclusive rights to it. They've got an extra strike and all that jazz. But it's crazy to think they said, hey, no. It's not crazy to think. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
It's interesting to think that they said, that game cannot run better on the X than it does the Pro. We have paid you enough money and we can dictate that to you, which is mind-blowing in my opinion.
Yeah, and he knows this, just to let everybody in. He knows what the Pro and the X can do because they run the same architecture. So he knows what the fuck is up, and Sony is definitely involved because this game, everybody says it, this can run 60 frames per second with 4K, on paper at least. Yeah. So Bungie isn't being truthful, Activision isn't being truthful, and behind all those lies is Sony. And that really pisses me off. That really grinds my fucking gears because you're holding back. Now you're getting into the technical aspects of a video game and you're holding that back exclusivity-wise?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You're literally hindering legitimate progress. You're holding back another system for money-wise, and not just in game content, which I think is stupid to begin with, but literally what it can do, like FPS and like what it could do graphic. What the fuck? That pisses me off. That is the thing I think more people should be angry about right now, is that Sony is literally dictating what other consoles can do to make sure that they're not better than them is really fucking sickening. And that pisses me off more than anything. And Sony gets to be like, no, we're not, and like kind of just like smile, like turn around and smile like, yes, we are. It's fucked up. I understand like there's still competition. And I even understand like the lack of crossplay because you want to make sure that your brand doesn't have the safety, but it has the value. So I get it. I do get it. That is the one thing that really just angers me.
Fair enough.
And I can't go. I can't hold me back.
I'm gonna because we need to get through these last pieces, and I'm gonna rush through these ones because we want to get into Fix the Sack and answer some emails because we do have some emails this week, which makes me very happy. Star Wars Battlefront 2 won't have a season pass, and this is a strange one. The offline local co-op is exclusive to Xbox.
Huh. So that is true, huh?
According to Xbox Wire, it's revealed that the offline split screen co-op will exclusively feature for the console version of Star Wars Battlefront 2. This mode will allow 2 players to play together locally and earn upgrades, etc., etc. Strange, just a strange one.
Yeah.
Next piece of news is Ubisoft exec is talking. They're talking. They're saying words, Joe.
Okay.
And they are open about going back to Prince of Persia and Splinter Cell. I know a lot of people were disappointed that they didn't see Splinter Cell this year and felt like that could be it for Splinter Cell. Apparently not. Apparently they're still looking at Splinter Cell and Prince of Persia, and they haven't forgotten. So interesting. I can skip that one. We can talk about this one because I'm sure Joe's very happy. A game that didn't interest me, Crackdown 3. But Terry Crews' role clarified. He is a playable character in the game.
Day one, guys.
But because of that?
No, I'm fucking with you. I'm not buying this.
Okay, cool. One of us have to buy it. Shit, it's gonna be me, isn't it? We can't not have the exclusives. Again, running through. Sorry, I just want to get through this quick.
I'll probably pick it up just for you.
Well,
there.
We'll figure it out. 2018. Next year's Expo dates announced.
Okay.
So E3's Expo dates next year will be June 12th and June 14th. Make sure you book them off this year. Make sure that you are for next year. Make sure you're in that chat because the chat was bumping. Let me tell you, live reaction show was awesome, and so was pre and post show. And the my Xbox community missed it, and I'm disappointed.
How dare you guys? I had a lot of fun.
It was a ton of fun. And last but not least, we'll go here with BioWare's Anthem, sorry, I should say, will be penned by writer of the first Mass Effect game, Drew. I don't pronounce his last name. Karpyshyn.
Sounds right to me.
Karpyshyn. I know a lot of Mass Effect people. They'd be going crazy over this news, Joe. They'd be going crazy. Me, on the other hand, not going so crazy. But those people like Mr. Moody in chat, they'd be going crazy. So good luck.
I mean,
I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I'm happy. You got something. Let's do anything for me.
Let's jump into Fixer Sack real quick then, shall we? And answer some emails. And this one says, Fixer and Joseph, with OG Xbox games becoming BC, are you going to revisit any OG games? I only ever revisit 360 to mop up achievements with no gamer score to get. Are you going to spend much time playing OG games? Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Depends on the game. So I know Counter-Strike, and I still have Counter-Strike. That's how good it is on the original Xbox. If you're telling me the servers are going to be live on that game, and if they are, I'll go back to it. Sure. The original Halo, sure, I'll go back to it. But the original Xbox is a strange one because it doesn't have the best library of games to go back to. So I'd be interested. I'd be interested, definitely. Maybe to go visit some more obscure titles I'm not aware of. Because again, when the Xbox came out, though, I was a really big Xbox fanboy back in the day. I was so poor at that time, so we couldn't buy a lot of games.
Yeah. For me, OG Xbox was one of the consoles I actually missed out on. I owned it for a little while and had a lot of fun with it. I remember playing Hulk on there. Actually, Spider-Man, if I'm not mistaken, one of the Spider-Man games on there. Again, remember, my dad owned a game shop, so I remember one time he took my PS2 away and had to use it for something, so he gave me an Xbox instead. Yeah, that's the world I lived in. It was crazy. No games, but yeah, literally crazy. So this does do something for me because I feel like it's a wealth of knowledge I don't know. I don't know Crimson Skies. I didn't even, do you know what I mean? I don't know that. I didn't know Oddworld. I don't know
I'll do Oddworld, sure.
Link's Time Sweeper, Counter-Strike. Those games are all games I missed out on.
Yeah.
So do I think it will keep me for very long? No. Do I think it's still good having it? 100%.
Yeah. Again, this is them trying to wrap the whole ecosystem up and make it eventually just the Xbox.
Yeah.
You know, That's their mission. And to be honest, I'm not against it. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. Next email. That was from, Little Smitty. Thank you, Little Smitty, for the email. Keep them coming in, please do. My Xbox and Me podcast at gmail.com. And this next one's from Yami. And he says, "What's up, guys? It's your boy Yami. And I have some things to ask about E3. First off, I've been loving the consistent content from you guys and how you give both pros and cons on each item in the conference, which you guys will get to hear for the post show. Yeah. My main question is, what do you think of the whole Minecraft cosplay and your thoughts on Sony's decision to not include the PlayStation version of Minecraft? I think we touched on that already earlier in the show. It sucks. Next is, what surprised you from all the conferences and what put you to sleep? Honestly,
that they all put me to sleep.
No. Biggest surprise was probably Beyond Good and Evil 2. I'm not a Beyond Good and Evil fan at all. I've got it on my Xbox One via backwards compat. But there's always something with Joe. I love it.
I know, right? Now the fire alarm went off. It's when like they need a local like engine, like because there's like a fire somewhere. And I live right next to a fire station, like a street away, but you hear it.
I'm messing with you. Yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2. I don't think anyone was expecting it. I think we knew it was coming eventually. Yeah. I didn't know if they would put it on stage like this. That was probably the biggest surprise for me. If I'm being honest with you guys, the Mario Rabbids game for the Switch.
I was going to say it. Thank God you said it, not me.
It looks good. I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not the right audience for that. But it looks good. So they're my big surprises. What about you, Joe?
I'm actually going to break the mold. I'm going to say the Mario Rabbids for this one thing. We need to see more of this. When they zoom out to the developer and he's in tears.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people are like, they're making fun of him, and I'm like, don't.
No.
Like, this guy, like, we've all grew up with, or most of us did, who had good childhoods with Mario and Nintendo in the house.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Super Mario World is the reason why I'm a gamer. Miyamoto means a lot to me. And so that guy probably same thing, right? Grew up with Mario, played those games, and now you got this icon coming up on stage, allowing you to use his iconic characters and then going and going on stage for you and then selling it for you, selling your own game for you.
Yeah.
That would bring me to tears. I'd be throwing up. You know, like I said, like if Paul McCartney said, "Come on, Joe, I'm gonna sing you a song. Come up on stage." And I'm like, "All right, but I don't know how to play the guitar. But you know the words, Joe." And I'm like, "Thanks, Paul. I mean, Dad. You know."
What sent you to sleep, Joe?
So there was an event called EA Play. And pretty much all of it except the guy in the jean jacket. Jean jacket.
Oh my god, we haven't spoke about that. What's it called? What's the co-op game called?
Need to speak. No, not that guy. Yosef Ferris from Hazelight.
What's
the studio? And it's A Way Out.
A Way Out. That looked amazing. That's just I know you probably won't hear about it until it comes out now on this show, really, unless they drop some news about it. But A Way Out looked amazing. Jesse Ellis is who you're on about from Prank vs. Prank. He made a mistake on the teleprompter, and Joe absolutely loved that. EA's, for me personally, and please don't hate me for this, Joe, but the Star Wars stuff went on way too long. And
it did. That
made me fall asleep.
But you know what? Like, that was the best part because it was the only thing out of that whole entire conference that was genuine gameplay. Yeah,
true. The other thing
it did go way too long.
The other thing we could talk about was probably Bethesda's. A lot of Bethesda. I never realized how much I didn't care for Bethesda until this press conference. Yeah. I didn't like the way it was presented. Honestly, I didn't like the whole carnival style. I like people talking. I like listening to what they have to say. So Pete Hines come out, started that, then they went into that, then they come back out, done. yeah, Bethesda was quite a snore fest, but it was very late and very early in it for me, so that didn't help.
No, it was the same. They're also getting a lot of flack online too because it's like, guys, how many times are you gonna fucking repackage Skyrim and sell it? Come on,
it's just that good.
Come on,
it's just that good.
No, it's not.
I don't think it is either, but you know. Next email from Mr. Moody. It says, "Hello, E3 is done, and I've got to be truthful. Microsoft didn't blow me away, and it got me thinking: did we overhype it all? Yes.
Yes and no. Yeah.
Xbox for me didn't show the killer first party exclusive to make me shout out to the world and say that's why I got an Xbox. There was some great looking games, and pretty much all the third party games coming out this fall look awesome. But I feel a little bit let down by Xbox and Sony.
Right.
Yes, I know this is an Xbox podcast. This E3 hasn't been glorious for me, which is a shame. Keep up the good work, everyone. As always, stay glorious.
Glorious,
Mr. Moody. I think that's fair. Honestly, nothing. The first party stuff, especially. From what I'm understanding, because of again watching interviews with Phil, go watch them if you haven't. Is he said there was stuff deals that they just signed. For games that they could have cut a trailer for and been like, oh, show the logo like Nintendo did with Metroid. But they didn't want to do that. They said they didn't want to do that. They wanted to show stuff that they have ready. Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, Crackdown, Cuphead. It's just that... I wanted more from their first party as well. Honestly, I did. And that's what let me down for this conference. So,
yeah. Honestly, maybe Phil takes some notes. Cut at least one trailer. You know, I know, because like you need to. The thing is, you need to answer like each conference needs to answer its own question. So like, what like Microsoft's to me was, what are you gonna do to sell me on this Xbox One X? And what I really needed to see was just one exclusive that had some awesome graphics. That's all I really need. And like PlayStation is like, what are you gonna show me that's gonna keep me on your bandwagon? And Nintendo, just show me you're working on stuff, please, for the love of God. And I feel like Microsoft failed, Sony failed, Nintendo succeeded to a point.
Yeah,
to a degree.
Yeah, you know? I don't disagree with that. Yeah. Joe, that is our show. Again, thank you to our sponsors. The Glorious Movie Cast and Mike Lynch. Appreciate you. Let's plug and get ourselves out of it. I'll go first and you can end the show. If you want to get this show early, head over to patreon.com/mcfixer. Audio is $3, video is $4. You do literally keep my lights on at the moment. I've literally waiting to get paid again, so it's crazy. Times are hard, but we're getting there. Don't worry. E3 killed me. I'm not going to lie. I had to take time off work for E3, so I don't have that paycheck coming in. So if you can support, head over to Patreon. It means more than anybody even understands. I send out a lot. I do this new fitness thing on Facebook as well to get an update on how I'm doing. So if you're not supporting, go over there. I'd appreciate it. Check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/mcfixer. Over to you, Joe.
So I'm not going to reference the phone, but here I am. Hi, his phone went off. Hi, guys. Let's crucify him. No. Here's the deal, guys. You could go on Polygames at youtube.com. There you're going to find my E3 coverage. I covered every single conference. And also yesterday, just for you guys, I went to New York City. I walked my fat ass all the way to the Nintendo of New York store. I played several minutes of Mario Odyssey. I got a feel for it. I got my hands on. I have a video for that. I'm thinking about also doing some hands-on with Fire Emblem and Pokken because I played both of those. So if you want all that beautiful content, go to Polygames at youtube.com and all that jazz. So
cool. Until next week, and again, we've got the post show now if you want to listen to that. Hour and 15 minutes of us breaking down every single thing that at the Xbox press conference. You can stay tuned. But until then, I will love you, leave you, and see you all later.
Mwah, mwah.
That was Joe Blind Kisses, I swear. Bye. Yeah.